I'm good, and you?
Baruch Hashem. It's good looking at that. Huh? Good. What is it looking at that? For share right now when you're here. So so what really? Yeah. Juicy. So good to someone's content. Who got it? It was Shabbos that helped me. Shabbos? Yes, very good. I'll say it soon. The other one. Sure. Check. It's looking like a wall.
Bרכת ועדיני אלוהים מלאכנו בקדמה.
Right. You guys are based on why like calling me 3:30 Wednesday, say the photographer's here and all looks around. Yeah.
Okay. Like someone just said, Parshas Korach is always now, before Gimel Tammuz. So one of the things of Korach is he was arguing on the kahuna. So that's why afterwards in Parshas Korach it's all about the Matnas kahuna. I want to go back to something that has to do with the Kohanim, even though it's not mamish in this week's Parsha, and that's Birchas Kohanim. Which is 2-3 weeks ago in the Parsha. It's a Parsha Nosei. Medaber Hashem al Moshe Leimer. Daber alanim al bon of Leimer. Koi sevorachu as bnei Yisrael. Omoir lohem. Tell Aaron and his children, this is how you should give a bracha to the children. Say to them, Yivrach Hashem yishmerecha. Yor Hashem pona veilecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Hashem pona veilecha v'yosam l'cho shalom. V'samo shmi avnei Yisrael v'ani avorach. Looked at Rashi. This was a Rashi. The Rebbe spoke about this Rashi. It was an unusual Sichot. The Rebbe turned to Zalman Jaffe. You remember Zalman Jaffe?
From
Manchester.
Yeah, who's the Rebbe Lutz?
Kadala. I pushed the Yid. Say I pushed the Yid. But he organized charters all the way back in the early 60s. He had chartered planes to bring people to the Rebbe. It's like a Pella, you know what I mean? Like Manchester, these English blokes. You would think Dafke, these cold English people, himself and Barochi. They had a big chayas, and he organized that there should be planefuls of people, and he'd bring them to the Rebbe. He had this Meshagasi, he would write a diary, and then he would publish his diaries. The Rebbe gave him a special bracha. The Rebbe was one time, the Rebbe told him, you'll publish another 20 diaries, something. He couldn't believe it. He asked the Rebbe, is he going to live so long? The Rebbe said, yes. And he lived that long to write another 20 diaries. I may be saying the number wrong or something. That was a story. The Rebbe used to give him unbelievable kiruv. So the Rebbe turned to him.
Stole this person.
Yeah, sure. I do well. So the Rebbe said, Rebbe Zalman, count how many questions I'm asking. Every few minutes the Rebbe asked, "Nu, where we're holding?" He said 4 kashas. Then the Rebbe, "Nu, Rebbe Zalman, where we're holding?" We're at 9 kashas. Okay, where we're holding? We're at the 16 kashas.
It's in Rashi.
This Rashi, there's not even 20 words in this Rashi. Then the Rebbe said, "How many kashas?" 19 kashas. Okay, I'll stop now. And the Rebbe went on another topic. And then the Rebbe came back. The Rebbe said, you know what, I'll ask one more kasha to make it an even number. It should be 20. So time is short. We're not going to go through all the 20 kashas, but we'll learn the Rashi and a little taste of some of the Meforshim on Rashi and the Rebbe's explanation. Okay. Rashi, Omer Elohem, Kemoy Zacher V'Sham. Elaz, Disnet, whatever that means, it's some old word in French. Omer lahem shichulim shoymim. They should all hear. Amar Molly. Amar could be with a vav or without a vav. Instead of a vav, you could just have an akuda on the top of the mem. So why did the Torah add the vav? Loi savarchem biz chipozenu va halbus. You shouldn't do it with a chipozenu. Ella bekavona b'leiv shop. Okay.
You can't even see one question, but actually good.
Why did the Rebbe say then he should count the questions? If you remember, the Rebbe, you see a coin? I don't think so. The Rebbe was would look through the Torah journals. You counted how many words in Rashi?
No, how many Evofa, Shem, Mishparech, Adeh, Hashem, like every word,
More, 20 kasas, more. So the Rebbe, we used to look through the journals, like Orders of the Unit. Someone asked a question that Rashi is saying 3 times, Omer, 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 and Omer, and Omer, like 3, what's a pshat? 3 Rashis from Omer. So someone asked in this journal, someone asked the question, what's 3 times Omer? What's the Omer, Omer, Omer?
you're going back to Emo,
Right.
all night,
Yeah.
go back to that.
Right. So the Rebbe said, Ein kasha? Avdeh Rashi can frag nasach kashas. See, that's why he turned to Zalman Jaffe and he said, start counting the kashas. And he counted, the Rebbe asked up to 20 kashas. On these little Rashi,
M1.
the Rebbe asked 20 kashas. 20 kashas, the Rebbe asked. Okay, let's read quickly. The Mizrahi and the Maral. The Mechal and Rashi, when you read Rashi, the 2 main Meforshim is the Mizrahi and the Maral. From the Likkutei and Meforshim. You have to talk a lot of other Meforshim, but they're like all over the place. They're not so Pshuta Shulnika. There is like Gemisht, Bislagada, Tadrush, all kinds of nice stuff, but Mamish, Meforshei Rashi, the 2 Gedolei Yisrael that were the big Meforshim, East and West, Sfardi and Ashkenazi. The Mizrahi is the Sfardi and the Maral is Ashkenazi. Okay. Mizrahi Zog, Omer Lahem, Kamoi, Zocha V'Shamar, Shapir Shalosh Hoiva. The comments makes it a Loshen Hoiva. Kishkein Pirish Gabe Zocher, Knu Leib, Lisker, Tomet, the Sema Shabbos. Rashi says, what does it mean, Zocher, Sema Shabbos, Takachi? Always remember, every day, Shimnis Damna Lachamana Yofa, Te Mazmina L'Shabbos. And that's like what Hillel did. That every day he would buy something of Kavod Shabbos, and then he would say, "Oh, it's Kavod Shabbos." Next day he would buy again Kavod Shabbos. It came perfect time. Bichas Kehnim. So the Ram that's his pirush. Let's read it again from the beginning. Amar lahem k'mayzach v'shamish pirush koloshin hoivik kishkak pirush zocher krulei v'luske tant v'siyam Shabbos shin es dam v'chamana yofa teim mazmina l'Shabbos. Zocher means you should always remember Shabbos. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every day remember Shabbos. The Parshas Pinchas gave a tzereres of binyanim tzoror k'moi zocher v'shamish v'los noive aleichem la'ayah v'oisam loy k'moi shepirush ha'medakta kim sholoshin moker memokim tzivir ku loshin hoive hamoid al asmodas hapoel ahu k'moi sheyesh b'loshin yoven poel shel tzivir poel shel hoive. Is Omer Ela Kainim, which is Shapidush Upoil Shalhoive is not Emor, but Omer Lahem. That's the pshat. So, bottom line is that the Mizrahi is saying that that there is Emor Ela Kainim and Omer. One, it's a diktuk thing. One is Lashon Hoiva, and one is Lashon Tzivud. The Maral says, Omer lahem k'may zocher v'shomer, Pirush, zocher v'chen shomer, which is in the Aseres Adibris, moker shabo b'mokem tzivud. Afkan bo moker b'mokem tzivud. It's a funny thing, like the diktuk, who learns diktuk? You learn yeshiva diktuk, you learn diktuk, I learn diktuk. So there's a concept of apparently, okay, Lashon Hoiva, everyone understands. Hoiva means that's constant. But there's something called Lashon Mocker. It's not Lashon Tziv, it's a Mocker. It's the Mocker. I don't know what it means even. Haram Pirush, Karav Soiver, that the comments means Hoiva. Amoyre ala smodas ha'pu'ula. Like Kocha Yasi Kol HaYomim. The Hoiva means it's constantly happening. It's happening right now as we're talking. That's Lashon Hoiva. Ein dvarim nechonim. K'bevadai hu Mocker. That's what the Sifri Diktuk said, that the comments means a Mocker. Masha Hevilazem, Nei, Yetzel Zocher, Kosa, Varav Rashi, Tenu Leiv, Lisker, Tomit, the Shabbos, Lachoshev, Shur Rashi, Sever, Shohoiva, Amoyre, Ala Smodas, Akapul of Ene, Kirak, Mocker. Loiba Rav, Shom, Raklatan, it's Lama Kosa, Poloshan Zeh, Peters, Kiloshan Zeh, Moira, Smodas, Apula. Kamocker, Moira, Al, Tomit, Ala Smoda, Kamoy, Yotza, Vishoiv, Holach, Voche. Hiko Fatsoya. If it's a mocker, it's constant. ולא יכן הביננו הוא שהוא לזמן הביננו, בזמן אחד. ולכן יובע לושן על סמודס התמידס יויסף. וזה דס הרב. I don't even understand what they're arguing. I mean, they're basically saying come out the same thing. Bottom line is that they're saying that
Lashon Moko and Lashon Hoives,
they're two different things, that they almost mean the same thing.
Mean the same thing, but it's two different things.
Okay. Bottom line is that they're explaining that that's what Rashi is. What? Okay. Let's just read a little bit. Let's stop here. As I said, this is a tiny Rashi. The Rebbe asked 20 kashas, and every 4 kashas the Rebbe turned to Zalman Jaffe, and he asked him, "No, Zalman, how many kashas? 4, 8, and then by 19 the Rebbe stopped, and Kedarka the Rebbe used to switch. It's an interesting thing. People used to ask the Rebbe different questions. A person to ask the Rebbe that he can't be Misrakas and learning for hours and hours and hours. See, Rebbe, how do you do it? So interesting. There's a letter that the Rebbe writes to someone that it's very hard sometimes to learn one thing for 10 hours straight. So you learn something and then you put it aside and you learn something else and then you learn something else and then you come back and you do this and this. Anyway, that was... So if you look at the Rebbe Sichos, the Rebbe had that style. The Rebbe used to, if you remember the years back, the Rebbe used to ask the Kashas and Rashi. Then he used to ask the Kashas and the Rambam. Then he would talk about politics. Me, Yehudi. Everyone was all of a sudden, everyone was listening. I'm showing the what's going on. Politics in Israel. Then the Rebbe used to go back to Fan for the Rashi, Fan for the Rambam, and he used to go from thing to thing. The Rebbe never went one thing straight, just to break it up. Anyway, let's go.
More different.
Mine is different. Mine is different. Mine is a mine. Okay, so the Rebbe asked 20 kashas.
And also, he said one line, question a big group, or something goes. The last line of the moment, just explain this question.
Right.
It's still the same subject.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Dr. Rebbe, what's bothering Rashi over here? What's the pasuk saying? Omer lahem. A child doesn't know diktu. The child doesn't care that much about diktu. And for sure, when there's a mole or a choser, usually Rashi never asks a mole a choser. There's so many times in the Torah there's a mole and a choser. Rashi doesn't ask. Yeah, right. The word text. Api halacha take. There is the Fanech Rosa, for example. Balatosis brings, the Gemara brings. Omer lahem means that the Chazan has to say to the Kohenim, Yivarechecha. That's what we pass on, right? Yeah, and that's what we pass on. But in Pshat, it's not Pshat. That's taka the way it's Drush and Api halacha, and that's the way we pass on. But Rashi doesn't take it in Pshat that way. So what's Pshat in the word Koisa V'Rachas B'nai Yisrael? That's it. What's the extra word Omer Lahem? What's the Omer Lahem? So usually in Diktuk, what we just learned that that Omar, there's Emer. Parshas Emer. Emer elakoinim. Lanefesh lo yotama ve'amar. Emer means it's a tzivui. Tell them, do this, A, B, C, D. This is what you should do. That's Emer. Omar is not a tzivui. It's either a Lashon Makor or Lashon Hoive. The Rebbe named it Lashon Makor. So it's not a tzivui. So, but l'chayr over here it is a tzivui because it says Emor lohem, Emor lohem. So it is a tzivui to them. So why is he using a lashon? Why doesn't he say Emor lohem? Emor. So the Rashi is saying that we find sometimes in the Torah that the Torah uses, it's a treftzach hazazach, that the Torah uses a lashon of makar for a tzivui, like. It says, Zocher is Yom Shabbos L'Katri, Shomer is Yom Shabbos L'Katri. Also there it's a kometz, which is not a Lashon Tzivui, but really it's a Tzivui. It's a Tzivui. But do we see that even though Bichas Kohanim happens, I don't know, Chutz La'aretz, it happens 3 times a year in Yisrael. Chabad, what do? They do it every day?
My father doesn't, but my brother started doing it. Yes,
there's a whole thing in Chabad, that's not clear. Kfar Chabad, they do every day, or they
some do, some don't.
Some do just Shabbos, or no? Some do every day.
Some do every day. Some do only Yom Tovim.
No, Shabbos for sure. Everybody do.
Shabbos, everyone.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. Shmulik. There is a certain mahalach that they still don't do only on Yom Tovim.
Yeah.
There are guys who only do on Yom Tovim. Who only do.
That one for Chabad and Shabbos.
There is Bikas Kayanim. Shmulik. There are Bikas Kayanim, but there are Kayanim that don't go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not as like it.
Okay. You don't pay. I'm telling you, I'm a Kayan. I know.
When I came over here in Shabbos, I was surprised. Okay, it's
but it's so my father doesn't do it, and a lot, but my brother does. I asked him how did he spoke to a Rav and got a head there.
He does it every day. He does it Shabbos.
I don't know.
In America.
Right.
So no, my neighbor goes every day. He drives to his father's Sheminyan just to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it. They do every day.
Yeah.
Huh? What? Yeah, to hear Rechaz Goyim. So, there's a Zmanim Kavuim.
We couldn't change it.
Right. Zmanim Kavuim.
It's a tzivui.
So, even though it's a Zman Kavuim, but we're saying it's a mitzvah which is nimshech always. So even though it's something that happens 3 times a year, 52 times a year, 365, whatever it is, it's shaykh, just like by Zocher b'Shamar. It's not every minute, but still, it's shaykh to say Zocher. The Rashi wants to bring a raya from both, aside from Zocher, aside from Shamar. Because by Zocher, at least, a person could do something every day in order to remember the Shabbos, like Hillel. He went, he bought a good cow, and then Monday, he shechted, then he bought another one. But, like Abi Shamar, what are you doing? So therefore, Rashi wants to bring an ayah aside from Zocher and aside from Shamar that you could use such a lashon, even though this is not a mitzvah that's happening every second and every minute. Fourth, the second that Rashi is bothering Rashi, okay, you're allowed to say, but what's taka the Torah? So suppose the lashon Omar Lahem. But what is the Torah gaining out of it? Why is taka the Torah saying Omar Lahem? Why? Why is taka the Torah saying Lahem? Also, what's bothering Rashi is that it's a little bit of a stira. In the whole Bechas Kohanim, it says Lashon Yochid, Yiberechecho, Yishmerecho, Eilecho, Yuchonecho, B'yosam L'cha Shalom. It's all Lashon Yochid. So why is it Omer Lahem is Lashon Rabba? So therefore, Rashi answers Yukulam Shaimi. Even though Bechas Kohanim is to every Yochid, but there's something which is Kulam, that they all have to know that they're part, that they're kulam shayman, they're all part of it. Oh, now that they're all part of it, so Kohen is going to say, "Ooh, I have to bench every yochid. Plus, I'm benching kulam b'yachad." So he might have a bahola. What's a bahola? The Rebbe says it's beloshen bil bolu. There's so many kavonas to have. It could get confusing. So he'll get confused. So therefore we say, don't get confused. The mitzvah is to do it b'kavona and b'leiv shalom. That you can't, that don't let yourself get confused. You have to have every yoch in the mind. You're going to get confused. You have to make sure to have everyone in mind. Okay. Sagt der Rebbe, what's the Yena Shel Torah? Rashi says, what is Yivarech Hashem Yishmerecha? Yivarecha means he's going to give you money. Yishmerecha. Rashi says a whole mashal that if a person gives you a gift, and then the Ganovim come and take it, ma yino yeshboy. But the Eibishter can give you a gift, he gives you the gift and he guards it. But Rashi, what is Rashi saying? Rashi is saying that Yivarecha and Yishmerecha are not two separate brachas. It's one bracha that the money is going to give you, that he's going to guard it. He's going to give you the bracha, and he's going to guard it. Same thing is in every one of the three brachas. There is a chiyuv and a shlila. There is it's they're both connected to the same thing. You're going to get money, and you won't lose it. You're going to get money, and you won't lose it. It's like Zocher v'Shamar, just like Zocher v'Shamar, which is B'dibur Echad. What the Zocher v'Shamar is B'dibur Echad, but it's a separate thing. Zocher is Chiyuv, Shamar is Shlila. Zocher means to guard Shabbos. Shamar means not to be Machal Shabbos. And the same thing here, that there is two things that go together. Yivarechecha and Yishmerecha. The Davish is going to give you a bracha, and I'll make sure that Chas v'Sholom, the Chiyuv and the Shlul at the same time. What's the keli to get such a bracha? That a Yid takes the bracha in two ways. One as a Yochid, and one he's part of Kulam. Taking it as a Yochid is Chiyuv. Taking it as part of Klal Yisrael is Shlila. I'm not caring about myself. I care about everyone else. So the Yochid is the Chiyuv, that I care about myself, and I'm taking the bracha as part of Klal Yisrael. Shlila, I don't care about myself. That is a keli to get the bracha from the Eibishter.
When the coin bench the Yid, right? Bench the coin next to him, he bench him.
Right. The Eibishter says, I'm going to give the bracha to the coin. That's one of the Pirush.
One coin is given to the other coin.
No, Rashi says, one of the Pirush that they're going to give the bracha to the Yid, and I'm going to give the bracha to the Kohen.
Oh.
So, but the Rebbe's word here is that there's Chiyuv and Shlila. That Zocher v'Shamar, just like Zocher v'Shamar is Chiyuv and Shlila, the same thing, this bracha, in every part of the three brachas, is this Chiyuv and Shlila. So, like in the first one, you're going to get money, and they'll protect that the Ganovim won't take it away from you. The keli to get the bracha is to take it as a yochid and to take it as a rabbim. As a yochid, it's a bracha for me, and as a rabbim, I don't care about me. I care about Klal Yisrael. And for this, Yidna Zoicha to have Borcheinu Vina Kolonu Ke'echot. That the Alter Rebbe says that when the Yidna Ba'achdus, that's a keli to get the bracha from the Eibishter. If you remember, the Rebbe was the year that the Rebbe became was Shnas Hashmoinim. The Rebbe was turning 80, and I remember that Fabrengen. It was unusually packed Fabrengen. You couldn't even walk in the week. Couldn't walk in from the front door of 770. It was so packed. I was so packed. Yudal of Nis.
People come to give the Rebbe blessing.
It was unbelievable. So I lost my shoe getting it because I came late. I lost my shoe trying to get to my place. I stood the whole Fabrengen with only one shoe. So yeah, I went home with one shoe. I couldn't find it. I came next day. I couldn't find it. So Shumi, remember Shnas Hashmoinim? It's a long time ago.
Poorly.
No, it wasn't.
No,
that's a story. Oh, okay. So Zalman Jaffe, it's a long time ago. If you'd lose a shoe, you'd remember. So Zalman Jaffe at that time, I mentioned before, Zalman Jaffe, the Rebbe told him to count. So he brought the Rebbe a gift. He saw it in the 70s. The Rebbe used to have wine by the Fabrengen, and they used to have the bottle in a paper bag. So he thought it's a pasta. Shanish Rebbe Shatish, with with a glass bottle with just a regular paper bag. So yeah, so he bought together. They came that year, like every year, they came with a chartered plane from Manchester, and he bought a beautiful Rebbe, like a silver kankan, silver jug, from the Judaica store. I was in the Judaica store the other day, it's a long time ago. So I see he has cades with a silver. So I said, buy how? So he said, simple. If you want to become a Rebbe, that's what you buy. That's how you become a Rebbe.
Yeah, I saw two guys that would come to snore money. Two guys that come to snore money, they come with like, oh, it's like
So he bought it for the Rebbe, and the Rebbe didn't want to take it from him. We know that the Rebbe didn't. Whatever, that's just the way the Rebbe lived. Chulu was, even though Vasalcha Berechova and another, but for himself it was. So he tried through the Rebbetzin. The Rebbe wrote him a note. The Rebbe wrote him a very nice note, and at the end, the Rebbe said, "Imtim Tzalomer, if you want to know reason why I won't take it, I don't want." He said also with the Esrik box. Apparently, he wanted to give the Rebbe an Esrik box, and the Rebbe didn't want to accept it. The Rebbe used to have a regular cardboard box. So the Rebbe said, "Imtim Tzalomer." It's a nice note that was published a few years ago. Imtim Tzalomer, why I don't want to take from you this gift, because I don't want to be different than all the other people that are sitting around me. I don't want to be different than all the other Yid. I have, right. By the way,
all the Rebbeim in the whole world, there was only one without Rebbe.
It's funny because when the Rebbe used to use the Esrog, on Yom Tov, you notice that the second day, already third day, it was not such a Mehudadik Esrog, because the Rebbe let everyone use his Esrog. So eventually, sometimes it would get costly, but the Rebbe had a backup plan. So the Rebbe would pick a few Esrog just in case one gets costly, have a second one. But he would use it even though it was not given as a Mehudadik. It already got black, people, there were so many people that, no. But the Rebbe felt that this was Adrabah, this was the biggest Ziddur, that he was using it. So the Rebbe is saying that that's the word over here. That we're saying, this is the Yenishal Torah in the Rashi. Poshtiv Shat in Rashi is a Tiktuk Shaila, Zocher, Bishamar, Kometz, Atzedei, Asegel, that Asegel is a Lashon Tzivui, and a Kometz is Lashon Makur. So you're giving a Tzivui here. Tell them. So it's a tzivui. So you're telling them a tzivui. Why are you saying it with a segel, which is lashon makar? It's like zocher v'shamar. You can do it. The pnimius pshat is that zocher v'shamar means the union of chiyuv and shlila. And just like the bracha itself is every part of the bracha is chiyuv and shlila, when we want to get the bracha, we have to also do a union of chiyuv and shlila. Chiyuv, I want a bracha. I want a bracha. I want a bracha. When I will come to tzaddik, I will come to a kohen. I'm coming to Sfarnim. I want a bracha, but at the same time, that I'm taking the bracha as a yochid and as a tzibur. I'm coming as a yochid. I want the bracha for myself, but also as a tzibur that I want Klal Yisrael.
So the Rebbe being this fact that you didn't want to be any different. I mean, after all, like Moshe Rabbeinu and Korach, it was a difference. It was a need, it needed to be that way, and Moshe Rabbeinu took it to the next level. Then he got upset at him that he even thinking that he's doing it on himself. So what Shaykh the Rebbe decided, I'm not doing it. But first of all, the truth is right. But the Terry was okay with. The Stender was okay with. The Kona was okay with. Why?
Probably it's imtim.
Where? By the way, I'm just.
Where's the line?
I'm saying when did they actually decided to make that transition of things of what the Rebbe accepted and what the Rebbe did not accept. You don't know the story, but the Abagrona knows all the.
And everyone would have to get a silver. The people the Rebbe had it.
Social pressure, yeah.
Everyone would have to spend the silver expenses.
Did anybody brought it up to the Rebbe?
$2,000.
Did anybody brought it up to the Rebbe once? Like, the Malbushim of the Lubavitchers being cheaper than the than the rest
I
of
don't know.
the
I don't know.
They're trying to make it affordable.
Yeah.
I'm curious. It's not a bad idea. Business.
They shall helfen.
Have enough money for
We
everything.
should get broches. Should be bechus koinim is at the Eide.
Yeah, I mean, standing behind the. Remember that a lot of times with Birkas Kohanim, someone tells, "Okay, damn the chazan has stand
Really,
before."
they have to stand
Why?
in front because I'm a choyre koinim and I'm b'chlal brocha. They have to be in front of the koinim. It's only because here in Beis Menachem Mendel, it's like a funny shape in a
No,
regular pool.
every shul, your chazan is into the front. The koyanim are not in the front of the chazan. They also the only place you have a spot in between the bima and the chazan. You have a small spot to go hide in the back there, which I close one time.
Yeah, the Rebbe used to walk down from the
Everything to bima. The
and
whole
he used to
koyanim.
walk in a way.
The koyanim were stuffed there. I know the koyanim went on the Rebbe's bima to
and
make
the
a
Rebbe
birka.
walk that he should be that he's facing the koinim.
Right. What I'm saying is, in the Chazan himself in 770 wasn't different than here. It was the same. So my question is it really the Chazan as the different vibe?
Right, there is true, exactly.
But there was some
Right, there was.
I'm telling you, I was standing here once in a while, but it's the standard way that how is the Chazunis is.
Yeah,
Right,
but most shuls don't have. Here we have a problem. Sometimes you see people are standing over here. Oh, that's
Koyanim,
good.
Koyanim,
Koyanim here is
Koyanim.
good.
No,
Yeah.
that we tell the Koyanim to spare Koyanim, tell them to shmooze over here, so the Chazan has covered.
Spiritize.
Yeah, spare Koyanim. It's only need two. You don't need more than that. Good.
It's good to have.
Listen, the best part of it that I got an offer from Hendel to make a Koyanim for your keeper. What's a Maftiyena? If I want to do a minion. If you want
For
to
10
buy.
coin, you get Maftiyona.
Yeah, you can get it Maftiyena. If you have 10 for minion, there's no Yisrael, you get a Koyan. You get a Maftiyena. He said, if you want, I can sell it for you.
And I get sold by Sichos. They make one of the
Unbelievable thing, yeah.
All Kohanim become delegation. So you have like 1,000 Kohanim. So you all from all.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, seen it. Sounds unbelievable.
Yeah, maybe that you feel the gush.
My uncle goes there every year now with his
Then
kids.
you are the front of you and the back of you and the side of you. But you can't. It's like you can't move so much back.
Unbelievable.
You can't build they can't stand up on the chairs.
Oh, yeah? They can't get to the
They
front.
go to the front. Too many Kehanim. So they go heavy,
Oh, so there's the duchen. You neemt the beinkel, man stellt sich weg.
chair and they
Wherever they are.
think so. That's okay.
Funny.
That's what I heard.
Interesting.
Listen, but the galleries,
Yeah, wherever you're in your schlag, you can see those.
I'm saying the galleries in the belt shoe. The bracha goes up, but
Oh.
deeper enough.
Okay, sehr gut.
So we're only going
Wir wird Hashem again verbringen. So Taka Rebbe Arav Tversky.
Tversky.
Rachim Astrifke Rebbe.
when
Yeah, we'll see.
he was one.
Yeah, we had him a few times with this kiss look, so
Yeah.
we'll have him again.
When this?
Sunday night. Mitzvah Monday night. We shall help him. We should already be long in Laimir HaKodesh. Yeah. Gimel Kamas.
So everybody will go to do it and
Arav Tversky.
Did every lines, bro?
Yeah.
here. We'll do it in the show over here. Let me go into the place over there.
No, I already called him. He has it. It's good. Yeah. It's Mukhim Masuda.
What?
Mukhim Masuda. Okay.
Where?
Was nicht. Es gibt ein Palace. It's a last game of time.
The guy who is in the piano and the
Who's this? Looks like Vasovsky, I'm not sure.
It's on it.
where?
I don't know.
Where?
He talks. What's the difference between